All right, as you can see, since the previous session, I've played the game off stream. Played it for another 3 rounds actually. This is the fourth round for the elder one. Um, Ever since then, I was able to get the Yog-Sothoth. Uh, what is this called? It's the Mythos card. I was able to claim that after competing with that one Cultist 1, I believe, or Cultist 2. I think it was Cultist 1. They're competing with Cultist 1 to get that card. But I was able to do it. I was also able to get the Harry Houdini agent. As a matter of fact, previous during my previous turn, I was using his card to add influence somewhere. I think to that other Mythos card that's being that I'm contesting um, with cultist number 2. So, but I was in the middle of resolving the fourth cultist behavior card here, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna record just to show you that I've made progress with this game, and that this game is okay so far. It's pretty fun actually. Still looking forward to transitioning into the end game, but I'm just going through um, the motions here of the game. Like I said, the previously the rule book is not great, but once you started playing it, it actually feels a lot better. Um, and it's seemingly the game is pretty fun. Okay, so I've resolved that first cultist behavior. Now I'm going to resolve the second one. It says claims a city and then add influence when available Mythos card. Okay, so let's see if it had. Yeah, he doesn't have um, any influence placed on any of the cities, so that means that the action is a failed action. Um, so since it's a failed action, he's going to move to the next city. So in this case, this is the cultist 2. He's going to move here. And then the second thing he's going to do is add influence with an available Mythos card. And the way that works, because we only have one over there right now, and that looks like that is his influence right there. So yeah, he's competing with me now to try and get that Mythos card. Let me just make sure that we're doing this right. Add a total influence. Without culted influence, if any Mythos card had cultist influence, add influence the first Mythos card without influence of the cultist taking the action. Okay, so add. So we're going to add to it. So in this case, this card actually has 1 influence point in itself. This behavior card, and then cultist 2 himself actually has 1 influence point. So you add those 2 cards, a total of 2 influence points. So now he has 4 influence over this Mythos card. So if there's an action in the future that enables him to claim a Mythos card, he's going to be able to do that unless I lock that card or place more influence on that card on the next turn. So that's actually the second action for Cultist 2. So I've resolved all the things that needed to be resolved with both Cultists. So now it's back to me. These are my 5 cards, and then I have the Yog-Sothoth card, which is now if I claim a card, actually any of these what are they called? They're called primary asset cards. Then they're going to be active immediately without putting them in the discard pile. Okay, so let me see what I want to do here. And notice down here that I already have 1 insanity point because I closed this 1 gate. Whenever you close a gate, you have to roll a sanity. So I got the insanity token. So I think you can only have 3 before it triggers the end game. Let me make sure here. think it's 3. Sanity test. Oh no, if a player draws a third insanity token considered driven to insanity, reveal their allegiance, and then I think that's when we perform the end game. So, and if I use one of my agents to close the gates and they gain an insanity card, they actually get destroyed. So it's only your main agent actually that's able to survive that. So let me see what I want to do here with my turn. Let me look at this Mythos card if it's worth competing for. Claim the Rylith City asset card and immediately gain 4 points. It might be worth it, but let me just look at my other options here. Is there another agent on the board that maybe I can? And look at this. This cultist actually, she was able to put like 6 already here on that primary asset. So I'm not even going to compete with her when it comes to getting that particular primary asset. This particular asset is pretty attractive because it has like the up and down, up actually increasing investigator or cultist ritual tracker there, and then 2 fist icons. So this is actually pretty good because you need that actually to assassinate. Or claim a city. You actually need the fist icon for to claim the city. What is that called? It's called power. You need power. So that one's pretty attractive. Let me see who else. Oh, is this guy Arcane Conspirator? Is that no? That's not an agent. Okay, I was like, is that an agent card? No, it's not. I think to lock, you do need to have an ability to lock, right? Let me see. Locking. I think it's a it requires an asset card that has the ability to lock, so I can't even lock that. I can try and compete to get that Rylith card. So maybe first action we'll put. So, and how many influence? I only have 2 more influence actually on hand. So maybe what I should do this turn is to retrieve influence back. I can get these that are in limbo right now. I can use 1, 2, 3, 4. As a matter of fact, I can use 5. So 1, 2. Okay. And then I'm going to place an influence somewhere else for my second action. So let's see. Oh, this card actually I can place a lock. So maybe do I want to place a lock on that Rylith card? I'm not sure. I can even place a lock here. So that would be difficult for the cultists to get that. Let me see what happens when there's a lock, okay? And a lock, can you lock? What can you lock and what can you not lock? A primary asset card, mythos card, or city card. Cards and cities with lock cannot be claimed by any means unless stated otherwise. However, a player may still add and retrieve influence from a card in city space with lock. A card in city space cannot have more than 1 lock. Okay. So what's the strategy there with locking? And then how do you unlock things? Oh, you need to have an ability to unlock. That's interesting. Okay, so we can lock it, and then yeah, he can't. She can't claim that card. Um, add the total influence. Okay, so you can't lock Mythos card though. Right? You can. So how does that work? I'm just trying to read how that works if I place a lock over there. Add the total influence cultist behavior card. Match back the cultist card, the first card in the row without cultist influence. If all Mythos have cultist influence, add influence the first card without influence. If all Mythos cards have influence. Okay. Okay, claim. Oh, here it is. Cultist claim friend without a lock. If if there is no such Mythos card, the cultist instead remove the lock. Okay, so I can just kind of slow them down because they can unlock. They have the ability to unlock without needing, because they don't use these primary asset cards. When they get the primary asset cards, they lead into different effects actually that needed to be resolved once they claim primary asset cards. So if I lock it though, I myself cannot claim the card, I believe, until it's unlocked. So yeah, cards and cities with a lock cannot be claimed by any means unless stated otherwise. However, players may still add, yeah. So unless you have an unlock ability, I guess. Yeah, place or remove a lock. Okay. So yeah, you need to have that ability to be able to unlock it, but that's pretty much locked. So I think I rather, instead of locking it, I rather just place influence to beat that cultist from being able to claim that, because if you can do I have enough? Yeah, I can make it a tie actually. So maybe what I should do this round is place. Let me place 2 influence, the remaining influence that I have, on this card. So that's my first action. And then my second action is I'm going to retrieve influence. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use these. You know what? I'm going to use that one too. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to get 4 back. Okay, from limbo. Now that's the end of my turn, and since I don't have any cards left, I'm going to shuffle this and get 5. So we'll just do a couple of rounds here. Maybe just one more round. Oh yeah, I have to go actually, so we'll do another round with the cultists, and then we'll stop the session. I just wanted to just leave everything hanging. I just want to show a little bit more gameplay from Cthulhu Dark Providence, and just say that I am enjoying the game. Because it is pretty enjoyable. Okay, so now I wish there were more varieties though with the behavior card, because I think there are only 8. But once this is exhausted, it's shuffled, and then so there's some kind of unpredictability. But I just wish that there are more varieties when it comes to the things that they do. But sometimes I will say use the the Elder One's default cultist behavior, which is printed on the card. So depending on the Elder One uh, that you're fighting against, um, you have some variety when it comes to the strategy, I guess. So let's look at the next card here. Okay, Cultist 1 performs its cultist effects. I was just talking about that. So the cultist effect, it means that you have to look at the Elder One's card, and then it says for Cultist 1, move to the first city. With a dormant gate that is neither closed nor open, and then so move to the first city. And they already have 2 gates open here. So if they have 5 gates open, actually I immediately lose the game when fighting against Nyarlathotep. So the way that the cultists move is like this, and then they go back up there. So she is going to move down here. And then it says move the tracker up by 1. Okay. How does that work when do I need is it just automatic when they're moving the tracker? Let's just make sure. Open gate, assassinate. Yeah, it's just they're just gonna be able to do that. It's just the effect, so don't need anything else. I don't need to have a card that allows them to do that or whatever. We're just going to move that back up. And remember that if this hits the end of the track, then the end game is going to trigger. So we need to start maybe looking for cards that have the effect to reduce the, to be able to reduce that down. The ritual progress, what is it called? Ritual ritual track. Okay, here's the progress of the ritual that they're performing. Okay, so Cultist 2 claims a Mythos card, it says, but it cannot claim any Mythos card because he can't claim a Mythos card because it's a draw. So he fails that action. Whenever they fail an action, they move to they move a space. Hold on. I think I've been moving my my cultist the wrong way. The second cultist is moving the wrong way because he started here. So okay, but we can fix this because he didn't do anything with these spaces. So he moved 2 spaces, right? So 1, 2. So he's now here. Because I actually move him this way when he should be moving this way. Because it's like this. And then go back up there. Okay, so we were able to fix that. I was going to say, oh, do I have to reset this game? But no, I don't have to. Okay, so claim a Mythos card. He wasn't able to claim the Mythos card, so 1, 2. So whenever they fail an action, they move a space. So it's going to move over here. So now he's sharing a space with my main investigator. And then the second action is add influence to the primary asset in this city. So which is the Miskatonic University card here. So yeah, there's enough variety in terms of things that are happening, on the board as you're playing these behavior cards. So I do like this solo mode. It's just that, like mentioned previously, and if you know the premise of this channel, I mostly play my games alone. So not mostly, 100%. So but as a solo game right now, I am enjoying this game. I like I said before, I like this whole idea that it's an Elder One. We know the threat, and then he has 2 agents running amok, on the map doing shit. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so let's add the influence. So on the card itself, it has 1 influence. the top of the card, and then on the card for the cultist, 1 influence, so that's total of 2. So he's going to place that influence here, and so that he can claim it if it asks for a card to be claimed in future rounds. So, but we're gonna stop here. So yeah, like I said, I am enjoying this game. It was a little daunting after I set up the table because the rule book wasn't that great. But now that I started playing it, I am enjoying it. I like the setup. I like this whole fighting against the cultist thing. And there are 2 of them, and they all look fucked up. If you look at these cultist cards, they're pretty funny. I like this guy. It's pretty messed up. And the other one, the lady, is wearing like a creepy mask. So, but yeah, I think that maybe they should have probably added more behavior cards. That's for sure. Because like maybe even if the instruction is the same, I'm sure that they could have thought of different ways to mix and match these different instructions, and if not that, even just the value that's attached to each card, like the like for example this one has that 1 influence at the top, like multiple different values, and then like the cards for the cultists themselves, and having these 2 cultists, because we only have 2 cultists per solo. Maybe they can have like 10, and then like and they do with different values. See, not necessarily, because the cultists themselves, they don't have anything special at the bottom. It's just that they're unrevealed. They don't do anything special because their behaviors are determined by the elder ones that the elder ones selected for the game. So what they should have done is maybe have like for each cultist like 5 different varieties with different the varieties actually just would result in them having different resources printed on the card. So, and then there are 5 different versions of that, so each game there's a little bit more variety, because depending on which one you've selected, they have different access to different resources. I think that could have easily been included. So, but I think that definitely this game has a robust multiplayer mode. I just wish that the solo mode, I mean, I can already see that they could have done so much better with like just giving us more behavior cards here, and then with the cultists themselves, like have different variations of the same cultists, even if you just want to have the same art for the 2 cultists. Or if they're feeling a little bit more creative, they can even just give us like different looks for the different cards for the cultists. So there's definitely room for improvement when it comes to that. Make the single player experience a little bit more premium than this. But so far, gameplay wise, it is pretty fun. I'm enjoying myself. So, but yeah, I just want to shoot a quick video. I'm not sure if I'm gonna record the rest of my session here. We'll see. Thank you for watching.